Have you ever experienced heartbreak? A few months ago, I found myself in the midst of a really tough breakup. My girl left me for a guy named Tyler, who looks like this. I felt lost and broken, like a ship adrift in the storm. The end of this relationship really killed my drive. I stopped exercising and taking care of my health. The only things I had energy to do was play Genshin, eat junk food, and binge watch 6 seasons of Breaking Bad. Which I don't regret, the show was fire. But despite all these temporary distractions, my depression was getting worse and worse by the day. It became clear that if I continued living like this, I would further compromise my mental and physical health. I knew something needed to change. So I did the only thing a rational human being would do in that situation. I vented to a friend online. And just like that, I was saved. My depression, gone! Low drive, going overdrive! I was back in the game, baby! But this time, I wasn't going to settle for just another ordinary female. I was on the hunt for femboys. For those who don't know what a femboy is, it's essentially a person who's biologically male that often presents himself in a very feminine manner. Now this definition might have made you raise an eyebrow. Biologically male? Bro, that's gay! You're gay! Am I really though? Let's imagine a scenario. You, as a straight man, are presented with 2 options. One that looks like Megan Fox, but happens to have an extra bone on her. And the other that looks like the literal Undertaker, with a Vegeta. Who do you think it's less gay to smash? Use your brain! It's obviously the femboy! And it's not just a good time in the sheets, there's also many other benefits to dating a femboy, rather than real women. Have you ever found yourself in a room with another guy, and you just kinda start talking about random shit like cars or sports, till you literally become best friends in the span of like 12 minutes? That's because men are really good at communicating with each other, and femboys are men! So when you're dating a femboy, you're basically dating a homie who looks like a baddie! Not to mention, girls have periods, femboys don't. Girls can get pregnante, and femboys can't, cause it's always anal. This may sound like a dream come true to you. You get to date a girl without the drawbacks of dating a girl. Where can I sign up? Well, just like with all good things, there is a catch. Compared to real women, femboys are a lot harder to find in real life. Think of them as the legendary variant. And even if you do manage to stumble across a pretty femboy in the wild, you probably won't even be able to tell that they're not a woman at first glance. But I've got a plan. You need to remember that femboys are naturally attracted to places that reek of estrogen. That could be any of the 4 horsemen of femininity. Cat cafes, anime conventions, Japan, or Slipknot concerts. These locations have very high femboy spawn rates. However, keep in mind that different locations produce different types of femboys. For instance, a femboy from a maid cafe might be into cute girly things like Hello Kitty and slice of life anime. On the other hand, a Slipknot femboy, which is basically every Slipknot fan, might lean toward darker interests like death and pegging. For your femboy hunt, I suggest choosing a location that aligns with your specific desires. And now that you got a good grasp of femboys, it's time to commence Operation LSD. Locate, seduce, doggy style. Let's start with L, locate. After arriving at your desired location, use your Sharingan to spot anyone who even has the slightest possibility of being a femboy. Look for strangely masculine voices. ¿Cómo te llamas tú? Miguel. Manly face and body features such as broad shoulders and a sharp jawline.
Oh shit, Maggie, you have a good one.
Or the bulge. After locating your target, it's time to move on to step 2, seduce. Muster up your confidence and go speak to them. Use an average pickup line like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Or, "Hey, I really like your outfit." Or, "Hey, step on my throat, mom." After spitting your ways for a couple of minutes, it's about time you found out if they're actually a femboy. since you don't want to be wasting your time on real women. The only way to do that is to use the forbidden pickup line used by the Egyptian gods when seducing their own Egyptian femboys. Be warned though, this line is very powerful and you need to use it with great responsibility. Or just abuse it, I don't really give a fuck. It's also important that you remember to follow the pickup line word by word. Are you ready? Listen, it's been amazing talking to you, but I have to ask you a really important question. Are you, by any chance, a femboy? If they're not, they'll say no. If they are, they'll say yes. And boom! Target located! Think fast. You can't lose them. You gotta start a conversation that'll be intriguing to a femboy. I suggest talking about your Monster Energy drink collection, or the time you went to an anime convention with cat ears. Basically, you gotta make up gay shit that femboys find relatable.
He's just like me, for real!
And after spitting game for a while, say, hey, I'm probably gonna be heading out of here. The atmosphere is making me uncomfy. Would you like to head back to my place and play some Smash Bros? And by Smash Bros, I mean Smash Bros. And that's how we move on to the third step, the doggy style, thus completing mission LSD. But if you're a weirdo, and the femboys happen to still not be up to your taste after all of that, I do have a great video on how to rizz up a golf girl, if you're more interested in that. Thank you for watching, like the bell, subscribe, notification button, goodbye!